in their basement. She stumbled upon something that froze her. Where she stood, on an old wooden shelf, sat a box she didn't recognize, filled with manila folders. Inside were medical records, patient files belonging to some of the very people who had recently gone missing. Her heart hammered in her chest as she flipped through them, her eyes widening with each familiar name and face. These weren't copies from the hospital. These were originals, taken from somewhere they should never have left. And smeared across one folder was a streak of dried, dark, red stains that looked disturbingly like blood. When Adrian came down and saw what she had found, his face went pale. He swore he had no idea how the files had gotten there. The two of them stood frozen, the weight of the discovery pressing down on them. Were they being framed? Had someone broken into their home to plant these? Or, far more terrifying, had Marcus been inside all along, collecting these trophies under their very noses? The thought made Eliza's knees weaken. Every creak in the house suddenly felt like footsteps, every shadow like a lurking figure watching them. The following day at the hospital, Eliza could feel the suspicious stares of her colleagues, as though the rumors had already taken root. Questions hung unspoken in the air. Were Adrian and Eliza somehow involved in the disappearances? Were the perfect doctors hiding something sinister? Eliza wanted to scream the truth, to tell them she and Adrian were being hunted, stalked by a ghost from her past. But how could she, when even the evidence in their own home seemed to suggest otherwise? The storm that night rolled in without warning, the sky splitting open, with thunder that rattled the very walls of the house. Rain hammered against the windows in furious sheets, and the wind howled like a chorus of voices outside their home. Adrian was in the study, reviewing medical notes by the glow of a single lamp, while Eliza curled up on the sofa, trying to distract herself with a book she could hardly focus on. The tension of the past weeks clung to them both, and when the lights suddenly flickered, plunging the house into complete darkness, Eliza's stomach dropped with dread. Adrian muttered under his breath and went down to check the fuse box, leaving Eliza alone in the pitch-black living room. For a moment, all she could hear was the storm raging outside.